Herman, protested against the Finance Act of 2023. Last year, Mr. Speaker, some provisions in the Finance Bill 2024 triggered protests across the country. These actions in the 2 years regrettably resulted in the loss of lives and destruction of property and adversely impacted economic lives of many. In the remembrance of our fellow Kenyans who lost their most precious lives during these protests, allow me, Mr. Speaker, that we observe a minute of silence in their remembrance.
Will you be upstanding?
May their souls continue resting in eternal peace. Thank you, honorable members. Mr. Speaker, no life should be lost and no property should be destroyed again. The message from Kenyans was clear. Since I took office at the National Treasury and Economic Planning, I assured Kenyans that we shall strive to reduce tax burden. In this respect, the Finance Bill of 2025 has neither proposed new taxes nor raised any tax rates. Instead, we have chosen to enhance tax revenue collection through administrative reforms by simplifying and streamlining tax laws to make them clearer and easier to implement, thereby improving taxpayer compliance. The process also involves rationalization of tax expenditure to enhance equity and fairness. Mr. Speaker, the revenue foregone through tax incentives or tax expenditure has increased significantly, rising from Kenya shillings 393.1 billion, which is equivalent to 2.9% of GDP in 2022, to 510.6 billion, which is equivalent to 3.4% of GDP in 2023. To reverse this trend, the Finance Bill of 2025 proposes reforms to rationalize tax expenditures so as to promote equity, fairness, efficiency, and reduce distortions within the tax system. The proposed reforms are in line with the national tax policy and the medium-term revenue strategy, which this Honorable House passed. So, Mr. Speaker, from the proposed reforms, we expect to raise Kenya shillings 30 billion more as additional revenue. Mr. Speaker, customs measures agreed upon by East African community ministers during the pre-budget meeting are intended to protect our industries and ensure they access raw materials and inputs at affordable prices. The meeting allowed Kenya to import tea packaging materials at a lower duty rate of 10%. In addition, Kenya was granted an extension of duty remission to import wheat at the rate of 10%. These measures will support our wheat and tea farmers. Mr. Speaker, I will begin with the customs measures and later provide highlights on the proposed amendments of tax laws in the Finance Bill of 2025. On customs measures, to meet the local demand of rice, Kenya was allowed to extend the stay of application on the East African Community Common External Tariff and import rice at the rate of 35% or USD 200 per metric ton, whichever is higher, instead of the common external tariff rate of 75% or USD 345 per metric ton. Mindful of wheat farmers in Kenya, East African community ministers agreed on duty remission of wheat at a rate of 10% instead of the common external tariff rate of 35%, provided the millers who intend to import wheat under the duty remission must first purchase locally produced wheat. Mr. Speaker, to promote local assembly of telecommunication equipment, Kenya was granted an extension of duty remission on inputs for assembly of telecommunication devices, including mobile phones, laptops, and tablets. Mr. Speaker, in order to reduce the production cost of animal feeds, Kenya requested for an extension to import inputs for production of animal feeds duty-free under the East African East African Community Duty Remission Scheme, which was granted. We urge the producer